Thoreau sets a scene, builds a frame for a concept of living. It's been said that the unexamined life is not worth living. The idea of looking at ourselves, trying to understand ourselves, try to be honest with ourselves as we evaluate, we examine, we look at how we be, how we engage, some of the baggage we're still carrying, some of the old scars that still affect our vision, cripple our arms for hugging, stymie us from reaching out to the rest of the world. The examined life is tough to deal with sometimes. And on occasion, we need opportunities to forgive ourselves. And I take that very seriously because I was conditioned, I'm sure none of you had that problem, with a very effective guilt mechanism that the world was my fault. Well, the world is not my fault and it's not your fault. But the choices you made, that I made, are sometimes my fault. Maybe out of omission or commission, we didn't know better. We thought we could get away with it. We weren't being attentive. It doesn't matter. Maybe we were conned. Maybe someone pulled an act on us and led us down a road that we didn't know where we were going. We were misled. All of these things are there. And usually it doesn't matter the why. It's the what that we have to deal with. What we feel about it. How we put ourselves as a center of the universe, able to make everything right. Sometimes, and maybe it's in prayer and meditation, if we let go of that expectation. We find a place to be at peace with our mistakes, with our griefs, with our regrets, and just leave them there. Now that's a challenge. We're hardwired not to do that. But I think if we practice, if we take it seriously that we can, we might have a chance. To say again, I got to let this go. I've got to exercise this muscle. I've got to pull this scab off. I've got to move again toward life in love, not in fear, not in regret, not in desperation. One of the hardest things in life is to find a balance between responsibility and letting go. Between accepting what we've done and going, yes, now what did I learn from that? Those mistakes that hurt me, that I felt hurt from, what do I know now better to do? How can I move forward without being twisted and turned and restricted? In a time of silence, I invite you to be about meditation, about prayer, about just being alone, to forgive yourself as you need to. And maybe if that's not possible, forgive those who you think hurt you. Let them off the hook. They don't care anymore. They've forgotten it. You're the only one that's carrying the legacy, I guarantee you. And you have power to do something about that. That's what faith tells us. That's what the spiritual path instructs. That if you want to find peace in your life, sweep the junk out of the way and find the jewel resting there. Find the safe place there, waiting all along, except for the crap we filled in that space. In a time of silence, go into a time of meditation or prayer or just resting to deal with what you need to deal with, the things you can take care of and the things you can't. The Spirit of life moves within us and throughout all creation. The cosmos is alive. Its process, its change. We are invited as creators and co-creators to be poets, to be craftsmen of ideas and meanings, to see in the movements of life the possibilities of love, the sentiment, the values, the morals that bind us one to another, not with restrictions, but with opportunities, to see in the other a fulfillment of myself, to see a kinsperson along with me in this journey called life. In separation is loneliness. In relationship is possibility. May we forgive ourselves. May we learn from the mistakes that we have been a part of, the choices we made that were not good, and may we learn anew to be about the best we can be, taking those learnings, those joys, those loves discovered and applied back to the world. The world needs us as we need one another. Let us be gentle and courageous and hopeful, striving to be all that we can be in a world that challenges us every day. Thankful for the companions along the journey, the friends and community that sustain us. We seek again the courage and vision to be who we are and what we yet can be. Amen.